Hello, listeners. Today I'm going to talk about In the Heart of the Sea. It's by Nathaniel Philbrick, and I actually read this book my junior year of high school. I was taking this world history class, and my teacher decided that it would be a really cool idea if we spent some time on learning about whaling. And of course, all of us heard this, and we were like, okay, world history class, we're going to learn about whaling. And we actually spent 2 months on whaling. Looking back on it, I'm probably still a little bitter about spending that much time on it, and that might have put a damper on my experience with the book. But as I looked back and I went back through the summary and went through all of my highlighting, I know you probably can't see it, but there's lots of highlighting. As I went back and I reread a lot of it, I realized what a great book it actually was, and I did enjoy reading it. It's actually a story about the Essex, the tragedy of the Essex. And if you don't know what the Essex was, it's actually the story that inspired Moby Dick. The story of the Essex is about a 20-man crew that went out oil hunting to be exact. They would kill the whales and collect the oil. And the oil was used to light lanterns, and they used the salt to preserve things, and there was a lot of uses for it. And it was very, very, very valuable. So these 20 men went out on this ship, and they were hunting whales. And one day, a really, really enraged sperm whale just rammed the ship and tore it to pieces. And the 20-man crew was left to fend for themselves and survive all on their own, with no water, with no clean water, and with no food. Actually, the little food that they had was something called hardtack. I don't know if you know what that is. It's actually really disgusting. I had to make it for a project, and you basically take a lot of flour, a lot of salt, and a lot of water, actually, and you make a paste out of it, and then you bake it at like 400 degrees, and you come out with this really, really hard biscuit, and it's disgusting, and no one would eat it if they had a choice. But these men, they didn't have a choice. So it's the story about how these 20 men got through the tragedy. And at the end of the story, there's actually only 8 men remaining. And it's the story of those 8 men and how they had to resort to cannibalism to survive. The entire story is it's actually really heart-wrenching, and it's fascinating actually to think about it. And I'm sad that I read the story in the situation that I did, because I think I would have really enjoyed it had I had my own choice to read it, rather than it be a 2-month-long assignment in my world history class. But it was a spellbinding book, according to Time magazine, and they were right. It was a really great story. I would really recommend it, because it's well written, and it was a joy to read. Peace out.